Hello friends, this video on water part 11 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. So with this we have reached towards the end of this lesson. So let us quickly have a look at some of the questions. Question number 1. Fill up the blanks in the following. The process of changing of water into its vapor is called evaporation. So it is in this process where liquid water gets converted into water vapor. The process of changing water vapor into water is called just the opposite process of evaporation, that is condensation. No rainfall for a year or more may lead to dash in that region. So when you do not have rainfall at all, what will happen? Lack of rainfall results in drought. Excessive rains may cause floods, which is again just the opposite scenario of drought. Question number 2. State for each of the following whether it is due to evaporation or condensation. Water drops appear on the outer surface of a glass containing cold water. Now when you have a glass of cold water, the surrounding air is warm. So due to that cold water glass, the surrounding water vapor condenses to form liquid water, and those liquid water droplets are seen on the outer surface of the glass. So this is due to condensation. Steam rising from wet clothes when they are ironed. So when you iron them, you are actually supplying heat to the wet clothes. So when you supply heat, the water in those wet clothes get converted into water vapor. So what is happening? Water is getting converted to water vapor by application of heat, and that is called evaporation. Fog appearing on a cold winter morning. So why do you see that fog? That is again nothing but condensation. When the water vapor is being cooled, so that it gets converted into liquid water droplets, so it's condensation. Blackboard dries up after wiping it. So when you wipe a blackboard with a wet cloth, what happens? It suddenly dries up. That's because the water there gets converted to its vapor form, which is evaporation. Steam rising from a hot girdle when water is sprinkled on it. So when you sprinkle some amount of water, what happens? Steam rising. So how the steam rises? Because of this hot girdle, water gets converted into water vapor. So that's again evaporation. Question number 3. Which of the following statements are true? Water vapor is present in air only during the monsoon. That's absolutely false, because water vapor is present in the atmosphere every time. So when you look at the composition of air, you see that it has some amount of water vapor. Water evaporates into air from oceans, rivers and lakes, but not from the soil. So that is again false. Water can evaporate from any surface, be it oceans or soil or anything. The process of water changing into its vapor is called evaporation. Yes, that's true. Evaporation of water takes place only in sunlight. That is again false, because we performed an experiment to show that even in absence of sunlight, water can get converted to water vapor. It is just that the rate of evaporation will be little slower. Water vapor condenses to form tiny droplets of water in the upper layers of air where it is cooler. Yes, that is true. In fact, this is how cloud formation takes place. So as the air keeps moving up, it becomes cooler. So at a certain height, it becomes so cool that condensation takes place. So the water vapor condenses to form tiny droplets of water, and these tiny droplets keep floating in the air, forming clouds. Question number 4. Suppose you want to dry your school uniform quickly. Would spreading it near an angeeti or heater help? If yes, how? So your school uniform is wet. That means it has water. So if you keep it in front of a heater, it will heat the water. So the liquid water will get converted into water vapor. So therefore it will dry up quickly, because the heater would increase the rate of evaporation. So the conversion of liquid water to water vapor will happen faster. So in evaporation, what happens? Liquid water gets converted to water vapor, but this conversion will happen faster in presence of heat. So therefore the uniform would dry. Question number 5. Take out a cooled bottle of water from refrigerator and keep it on the table. after some time you notice a puddle of water around it. Why? Now, why do you have this water around it? So that's because of condensation. Now, as soon as you keep this bottle at room temperature, the surrounding air contains water vapor. So those water vapor comes in contact with this cold bottle. So the water vapor tends to get converted into liquid water. So this liquid water is what you see as this puddle of water. So the water vapor condenses to tiny water droplets. Tiny droplets collectively form a puddle of water around the bottle. So this is the same thing that happens in this case also, where you see tiny droplets of water on the outer surface of the chilled glass. Question number 6. To clean their spectacles, people often breathe out on glasses to make them wet. Explain why the glasses become wet. Okay, so what happens? So when you breathe out, carbon dioxide along with water vapor is released. So some amount of water vapor is also getting released. And this water vapor then collides with the glass and it condenses to form tiny water droplets. And these water droplets make the glass wet. So whenever the water vapor which we are breathing out, that's hot enough. When it comes in contact with the cold glass, it condenses. It gets converted into liquid water. That liquid water is seen in the form of tiny droplets on the glass, which makes the glass wet. Question number 7. How are clouds formed? So as we discussed before, now as we go higher, the temperature decreases. Therefore, as air moves up, the air tends to become cooler. So as it moves up, it becomes cooler. At a certain height, it becomes cool enough for condensation to take place. So condensation takes place. As a result, water vapor that is present in the atmosphere that gets converted into liquid water droplets. These liquid water droplets, being very light, they keep floating in the atmosphere. But when a lot of water droplets combine together to form bigger droplets, which become heavier, and then they fall as rainfall. So this is how clouds are formed, and then cloud later results in rainfall. So as air moves up, it gets cooler. At large heights, air is cool enough for condensation. Water vapor in the air condenses to form tiny water droplets. Mass of condensed water vapor float in the air as long as they are not too heavy. This mass of condensed water vapor is seen as cloud. Question number 8. When does a drought occur? So when there is no rainfall for a very long time, then drought occurs. So if there is no rainfall or very less rainfall since a very long period of time, that's when we experience a drought. So some of the very bad consequences of drought are plants start dying, agriculture is badly impacted, therefore there is no food, people start dying of hunger, and it really impacts a huge to different forms of life. The groundwater level decreases, water level in the ponds, lakes, rivers decreases. In fact, many ponds and lakes starts drying up. Soil becomes dry, plants get affected. So these are some of the very negative consequences of a drought. So with this, we have reached towards the end of this lesson, and I hope that this lesson on water would have helped you. So this lesson would have also taught you how you can contribute from your end to save water, to conserve water, how crucial water is for different life forms. So I hope this lesson would have helped you. So see you all in the next lesson. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more educational videos with a better experience. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you once again.